Peter Parker got it rough. Man's got the greatest villains gallery that are constantly on his ass 6 deep. Man can't hold a relationship to save his life, let alone a job. The nigga can't even pay his own rent.
You don't have to raise your voice.
You pay no bitch.
You need to relax.
But all of that could be tolerable if he had a good friend. But he doesn't even have that. In fact, I'm gonna argue that he has one of the worst, and it's not just one occurrence. Multiple versions of him are trash. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay, here it goes. This route, I become Beniyata, the destroyer of lands.
To start my case, let's go over one of the more iconic versions. Raimi Harry.
Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
He goes most of the first movie actually being a W-Mans. He gives Peter support, he brings him over to the penthouse. Shit, even his own daddy likes Peter more than him. And not just his daddy, his girlfriend too. Girl was having wet dreams, cheating, and then telling Harry all about the niggas she did that with. It makes sense Harry would come crazy in the second movie, but look at how he starts this off. His dad's dead and Spider-Man killed him. Peter, his best friend, is Spider-Man's photographer, so he comes and demands Spider-Man's Addy. And when Peter doesn't give it to him, he does this!
And you let him die? Because he didn't turn in the freak? Isn't that right? Huh? Isn't that right? Huh, brother?
My man just casually slapped his best friend of 10 years, and he is on devious timing. He pours all of his trust fund into a science project, and when that blows up, he says this.
I'm ruined. I have nothing left except Spider-Man.
Nigga, get a therapist. Unlike Peter, you can actually afford one, and he is on this type of timing for the rest of the movie. Pretty sure Peter called him one time mid-movie, and it went like this. Oh, you got the address? Nah, I don't. All those times you were getting stomped out like a roach? Who came in and saved you? You did, Harry. And they had Tim's on screaming Zoo York the whole time. I don't even know what Zoo York is. But no, all of that was for nothing because your low-income ass couldn't give me the address of my daddy's murderer. My man was so down bad, he even paid Doc Ock to bring Spider-Man to him so he could finish the job himself. And when he found out it was Peter, all hell broke loose in the third movie, because instead of having a he gets whooped, but he realizes if he can't hurt Peter physically, he's gonna hurt him emotionally. My man slides into MJ's DMs, because they're always open, and he gets her to break her engagement with Peter. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Not that Peter didn't help though. I mean, what are you doing kissing random shorties in front of your fiance?
There's another guy. I'm the other guy.
And then Peter comes through to the crib and my man starts bragging about how she tasted.
I am really gonna enjoy this.
Not as much as I enjoyed it when Mary Jane kissed me.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Harry, my boy, you do realize in her tumultuous career, you might have been second best case scenario to taste that. That is not the flex you think it is. And Peter was offended by this Sneeko level diss, so he does this. And it's crazy because Peter literally bombed the hater out of Harry. Nah, I'm just playing. His butler, who knew the truth for years, finally decided to tell Harry what happened. And honestly, if I was Harry, I would have responded exactly like this. Bitch, you had to wait for me to blow my life savings, almost kill my best friend twice, and die before you could say the truth? Fuck a pension. You might not leave this condo alive. And I won't lie, for the rest of the movie, Harry put up Wilt Chamberlain-like numbers. Look at the teamwork. he really gave it all he had for Peter. And I do mean all he had, because we know this man gets turned into a shish kebab all in the name of friendship.
What is that?
So he started off as a W and went down bad, but he redeemed himself, unlike some of these other Harrys, like this next one. This one isn't fair, only because we know the writing for these movies were but I'm on his ass anyways. First off, this gotta be the wackest Norman Osborn ever. This nigga gets one scene and it's of him dying. Mr. Oscorp himself? Then he talks to Peter for the first time in years and they skipping stones doing friendship. Then he brings him over to the crib just to tell Peter he dying and he needs a taste of Spider-Man. Now what in the Dwight Howard is going on? Who wrote this? So of course Peter is just like, no, but I won't lie, Peter is an L-Man's too in this. You did not have to come all the way dressed up as Spider-Man just to tell him you're not gonna do it. But I'm glad you did, because it gave us this.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man!
Then Harry goes silent for a while, and this case is looking kinda shaky, but right after Peter beats Electro, this man shows up coked out and wanting smoke. And as soon as he saw Gwen, he went full Harry. But could you really blame him? Nigga, yes! You killed your best friend's girl because he wouldn't give you his blood? Blood that wasn't guaranteed to cure you? And you did it after you found a cure inside your own company. In No Way Home, this version of Peter talks about how he basically stopped holding back and started killing people. And I pray to Allah this version of Harry was one of them. And it doesn't get better in the cartoons. Shit, this was probably one of the worst. Because this one does bad things to Peter, and it wasn't even Peter's fault. It was MJ's. Let me explain. They become best friends during school and stay friends, but Peter already bagged up MJ. The cake is already in the oven.
I'm already smashing, man. The jeans are already ironed, boy. The television's fixed, and I'm watching it.
The problem is, his responsibilities get in the way of him pouring his attention on her. So she breaks up with him. And do you want to know who was the first man to knock on her door once she took his name out of her IG bio? Yep, this nigga Harry. So all that time MJ was telling Peter don't worry about Flash, it was the truth. Because he should have been worried about this Judas looking nigga with the waves. Anyone you see with waves can't be trusted around shorties. Cuffed or not, it doesn't matter. I know Shocker got his ass beat extra hard that day Peter found out they were engaged, and Peter called her thought ass out on it. My man told her to look him in the eyes and tell him she loves Harry just for MJ to turn on the jets. Looking like Usain Bolt the way she did though. But this the same girl that jumps off a building so her man can prove he loves her, so I don't know. It's in character. Anyways, she breaks off the engagement when she realizes niggas with waves can't be trusted, immediately gets back with Peter, and Harry goes Harry. Fuck being rich and young, losing the yams along with his daddy, who never loved him by the way, had my man tweaking. And you know what happens when an Osborn starts tweaking? That mask starts talking to him. My man goes goblin, gets his ass whooped by Spider-Man and the Punisher, and thrown into Marvel version of Arkham Asylum. Just to hear that Peter and MJ are getting married, break out, all so he could fuck up the wedding. And I was pissed because I waited 5 hours for that cake.